Hello, welcome to Codeplay. The technology industry is going through a big transition right now. The way that we develop hardware and software is changing. This means that the chips that dominated the technology industry in the past, called CPUs, are now being replaced by new processors such as GPUs or new specialist AI processors. My name is Andrew Richards. I founded Codeplay here in Edinburgh in Scotland 18 years ago to help the whole industry to make this transition to new processors. Today we are recognized as the world leader in our field. Codeplay has been collaborating across the industry to define industry standards that let AI chip companies and AI software companies work together to deliver world-beating innovations. We've been working with, for example, Renesas to enable their AI processors to work in a car, accelerating the latest AI automotive software techniques. And we've been working with Intel and their One API initiative in order to support development of hugely powerful new supercomputers. We provide our customers with a mixture of in-house software technology, specialist software development services, and open source software development. We work with your engineering teams to bring a complete AI product to the market. Codeplay provides solid, real, reliable, standards-based solutions that result in big design wins for our customers, whether it's huge supercomputers, self-driving cars, or some new AI innovations.
We are all embracing the use of AI and cloud compute solutions in our lives. As a consumer, in industry, and in everything we do, data is being processed, interpreted, and presented, with decisions being made to support our lives. This is a massive growth technology, with Tractica forecasting software revenues growing at 30% per year over the next 5 years. There has been a lot of hype in past years, with AI already being presented for decades. But most AI technologies are becoming a reality in the coming 2 to 5 years, as shown by the well-known Gartner hype cycle. This means that most companies are creating solutions today and preparing to embrace AI into their industries and products. These AI technologies are scaling from the highest performance, large-scale high-performance compute, known as HPC, with a billion calculations per second, to small client devices such as smartwatches and home cameras, processing a more modest billion calculations per second. Software developers are challenged to provide a standard programming solution to all of them that is scalable and familiar to them. Today, there are hundreds of new processors and accelerators for artificial intelligence. The big tech companies, the familiar semiconductor and IP processor companies, and a huge number of startups, all claiming great performance and differentiation. They all come with their own programming solution. But what do the application developers see? A customer needs to evaluate and benchmark using their own specific algorithm test and then ultimately port their existing software to the platform. Doing this in one is a challenge before you start talking about the many solutions to consider. At Codeplay, we work with many of the solution providers to ensure AI app developers have a familiar platform to allow rapid testing and implementation of their application. At Codeplay, we bridge the gap with the many processors and acceleration solutions on one side and the advanced software developer on the other. Standardization is critical, building on the well understood and existing programming standards with an established ecosystem with training, tools and libraries. Codeplay has almost 20 years of experience of bringing this processor companies closer to their end customer needs.
Hi, my name is Michael Wong, and I'm a distinguished engineer at Codeplay, where we're driving coding, safety, AI, and ML standards. Standards enable open contribution and collaboration by all entities, as well as interoperability and industry-wide verification. It also enables world-class experts to work together to reach the best state-of-the-art solution from a variety of different perspectives. Codeplay strongly supports open standards for our products and drives many of them in our role as chair, contributor, or stakeholder. We drive the standards in Kronos, chairing the industry-leading SYCL, heterogeneous modern C++ framework. We have been contributing to ISO C++ for a quarter of a century now, we have been driving the safety of coding standards in Mizra C++. We're involved in chairing and contributing to many autonomous vehicle and ML standards regarding safety, UL 4600, SCSC, TC22 SOTIV, AG6, SC42, AI ML standard on ML trustworthiness. We will continue to drive these and future upcoming standards, and this will enable us to have our products follow the latest guidelines. Thank you.
It is a very exciting time for developers working in AI and computer vision. There are plenty of opportunities to work with emerging technologies, machine learning frameworks, and optimizing neural networks to work on embedded devices. When there are so many fish in the pond, developers want to make the best use of their time focusing on the things that matter to them, increase performance and reduce power consumption. When developers take on the task of porting or implementing an algorithm or a neural network on a hardware platform, having access to familiar tools, libraries, and open standards significantly improves the productivity and the kickstart time, by reducing the learning curve required to be productive on a new platform. Codeplay's Acoran provides all the tools and libraries with open standards and commonly known interfaces that developers need to quickly start working on in any platform, while allowing customization for specific hardware features or platform requirements using a defined extension interface. Codeplay experience in compiler tool bridges the gap between these high productivity interfaces and the much more involved hardware-specific APIs available by hardware vendors. Acoran relies on well-known industry standards, such as OneAPI, OpenCL, SYCL, and Vulkan, to make efficient programming environments for developers that can be deployed quickly to any market. By offering well-tested APIs and API and conformance solutions, hardware vendors have the guarantee they are providing solid foundations for developers to build upon, and developers can rely on having a well-tested and complete platform for their deployments.